just a minute here so I can. YouTube's taking a little bit. I want to get it started and then close it from my end so that I don't hear the echo, and here we go. All right, there. Now we are live. So don't pick your nose. If you do, turn your head.
And everybody else will go.
And remember, these are private links. So I send you the link. You can share it with folks, but the public cannot get to it. Okay. I'm sure hackers could, but they wouldn't want to. Anyway, so let's talk about an interesting, very interesting experience that I had last week. I got an email from a friend, a guy that I'm working with. Here's his name right here. You can see my email screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he says, is your schedule open to talk a little via email? Because I'm going to a conference call meeting right now, so no calls, just write me back. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a logical thing for him to say to me. I said, yes. And then he says, okay, good. I need you to handle something for me. I'm a little busy right now. I've been working on incentives and aim to surprise some of our diligent party members with eBay gift cards. This should be confidential until they all get their gift cards, as it's a surprise. Can you get this done and how soon? I'll reimburse you with a bonus as soon as I'm done. Okay, the bonus
red flags.
part. It actually wasn't the gift card part. It was the bonus part, because I thought, Gary don't ever give nothing away. He doesn't reward people. And so then I was busy. He said, I'm awaiting your feedback. I said, sure, give me the details. How many, how much, who, whatever. So then he wants 5 eBay cards, $200 each for $1,000. Okay. Then I tell him, this was the 14th, last Wednesday, right after we got out of class, actually. It was 11:52 a.m. So I said, okay, well, I need the EIN or tax ID number. And he says, no need for that. I want you to handle this personally, okay? And I said, well, I have to select who it's being sent to. They need the corporate address.
At what point do you know this is a scam?
Right about in, let's see.
Because we all figured it out right away.
I know, right? I was actually a little slow on this because this is a logical thing for him to ask me. Because that's what I do for him. I'm like his assistant, so it's very logical. What I'm ashamed about is that I did not see this. I did not see, because I know his email and I know that's not his email. I didn't really catch on until let's see. All right, so right about here. No need for this. Okay, so now we're going to have some fun. So I tell him what I need. He says, send them to me. And I say, okay. And he says, I'll be expecting feedback soon. You can send them to me here. Okay, call me now, please. I can't do anything until you do. And he says, I can't take calls at the moment. So it's still within that window of maybe he's on a conference call. It's 12:17, might still be on a conference call. Okay. And he says, don't worry. I said, oh, I'm not worried. I just have a question I have to ask you. Ask me later. No, it's a question on the eBay form I need answered. What address? And he says email address. And I said, no, because we're getting hard cards. And he says, send it here. That was a really bad mistake. If I hadn't already caught on then, I would have caught on right then. And I said, I'm buying physical cards so they can send it to you. So now I'm just messing with him. Then look at the address he gives me. It's a nursing home or assisted living center. I looked it up. It's assisted living center in Illinois. Okay, so he says send it to that address.
What's the name of it?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
The guy that I work with, he lives right here in Franklin, North Carolina. And if he had a second home, which he might, but I don't think he does. He just goes to visit, is New Hampshire. So bad mistake on that part. So keep going. And then he's keeps saying, kindly let me know. And I said, I'm in an online class. So now I'm stringing him along. And he says, no problem. Then he asks me later on, 5 o'clock. So now we've had a big jump here. 5 o'clock, he says, have you sent it yet? And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm cooking right now. Can you wait a little bit longer? Yes, but let me know. Sure, of course. And we're just having fun with this now. And next morning, he says, are you doing well? I'm still waiting to hear back from you. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I imagine you're out of the meeting now. You can take care of this yourself, can't you? And now he's getting a little testy. I thought you got this done yesterday. And then let's see, this is 1:30. So this is more than 24 hours later. By the 5 o'clock the following, almost 7 o'clock the following day, I said, you still need me to get those eBay cards, right? And he drops the conversation.
Oh,
The three words, please send me.
Please
Yeah.
send me.
And so that was pretty fun because, initially I did start looking at doing that for him because it's a logical thing for him to do. At the point where I showed you that I was not, buying it, I texted the actual guy, and I said, you asking me to do something about eBay gift cards? He said, no.
No.
So that's your first thing that you want to do. Second thing I did was I called the sheriff's office because I have been in public meetings where the sheriff's department has done a cybercrime public service thing for folks. And they have said, make sure they tell us so we can get the word out because everybody in the community, kind of gets an alert. Like when we have the hurricane alert things here, or if there's a bad wreck, we use the sheriff's app. We get weather ones here, but we don't get wreck or anything like that. But I think that that's something that they should be doing. So talk to the sheriff's department, and they were kind of like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I said, well, Sheriff Holbrook said this is a priority and a concern. And well, let me get you have to call a sheriff, ask for a deputy to come out. They will take a formal complaint. I go, they don't need to come out. It's virtual. What, are they going to look at my computer screen? Well, we'll have someone call you. So I missed the call because I was busy. And so I called them back. And then a different person called me back. Long story short, they never got back to me.
Sounds like a scam.
About it.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
scamming the sheriff.
Yeah. And so I called, the next time I called, I said, and I've emailed the sheriff. So now it's 1 week and I know the guy personally, but I emailed his business email and I said, I have a concern. You've talked about this in public. I'd like to talk to you about it some more. He's not responded to me. So now I'm going to have to call him because I'm just that woman who's not going to take no for an answer. If you stand up in public and say this matters to you and you care about seniors getting scammed, then you better put something in place, to protect people. Because my concern was, this guy, Gary, he's probably got 1,000 people in his contact list. And so if that email went out to everybody, I know some of his friends, I know they're not tech savvy at all. I've done a class for them and they are at the lowest rung of tech savvy, and they would totally, fall for this. So I also told Gary, please send out an email to everybody telling everybody in your list that this is fake. He didn't. He just, this happens all the time. Really? Maybe you should get better security on your systems if this happens all the time. So, long story short, nothing is happening. The best that the deputy that was on the other end of the phone could do, because they never did send somebody out and never took a report, is for, and that's why I saved them, is they said call the national fraud hotline. What are they going to do about it? They're not going to do a single thing. So I didn't bother with that because I want it dealt with locally first. If we can get this rolling locally, then I'll call national. But to me, it seems like a waste of time to call national. They could care less about $1,000 gift card, right? And on the other hand, if that person, had successfully gotten 10 people out of 1,000 to respond, that starts to rack up to a lot of money. And my other concern about this is that for the most part, people who are doing that are generally speaking not some kid in a basement. When you start to look at the languaging, you start to get that sense that this is not a native-born English speaker. And if you're not aware, there are actually factory slave farms in various parts of the world where they will kidnap people, grown adults, bring them into their country and enslave them to do this type of thing. There's a huge problem with it in parts of the world where this is the new form of slavery. You have some tech skills, I will kidnap you and put you in this place and you don't get out. So that's the sad part. That's why I stayed cordial and just stringing this person along, whoever it was, because I'm certain that it's not an individual who just has nothing better to do. There's a very good chance that they are a victim as well. Joyce.
The interesting thing here is you managed to get a physical address.
I know.
Yes.
And that didn't get followed up on. I mean, my guess would be that maybe there's some aide who's supposed to be taking care of people in the nursing home who's instead spending their time doing this.
Absolutely.
Could be.
I want to know the name of the nursing home in Illinois. Maybe it's something I know.
Okay. Let's go back to
And-
that for a minute.
And my second question, maybe they're just using that and it has nothing to do with the nursing home.
Yeah, it was kind of random though. I mean, that it would be so specific,
Somebody was there to pick up the cards.
Yes.
Could be. Let's
And
see,
hey-
where's that part of the email?
AARP has a fraud alert as well.
Yeah.
Good point. All right, let's see.
Call them.
Not worried.
Okay.
What address? Okay.
They followed up and said,
I'm buying a physical card. All right. Let's just look at this. We'll do maps and then I'll share.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we are in Sycamore, Illinois. So do you know where that is, Amy?
I do not.
Okay.
But-
here's the place.
Wow.
Right there. Because when I looked at it, I went, oh, it's an apartment building. So if I zoom out a little bit, let's see where Sycamore, Illinois
Yeah,
is.
let's see. Uh-huh.
Cortland, DeKalb, New Milford. So it's
Okay.
west of Chicago.
Yeah, northwest of me.
So
Okay.
a suburb of DeKalb.
So you don't want to call there? Talk to the
No, I'm not
administrator?
gonna call
No.
there. I mean, could have just randomly been a
Using that.
address they picked up, So if I go to Google Maps, I'm gonna forward this a little bit more. This is Sycamore Meadows Apartments.
Oh,
Let me see if I can,
so maybe
And you
not a
can s-
senior center.
well, I think I also Googled it.
Sycamore.
Because these signs right here tell me something. Let's see. Let's just Google that. Sycamore Meadows Apartments, apartment complex. Ooh, that's a different one.
Oh,
Oh, here it is. Yeah, senior living.
oh, okay.
That's why Sycamore Meadows is an elderly community located in Sycamore, Illinois. Serves 62 and older or any disabled.
Most places are for seniors.
All right. Barrier-free units, stay active and social. 2 minute. Here's their biggest selling point. 2 minutes from Portillo's Hot Fog. What is that?
Oh, it's a very famous, yummy restaurant.
Okay. And Texas Roadhouse. Target,
Isn't that
Aldi, and South Prairie Elementary School. Why they would care about South Prairie Elementary, I guess, to visit their grandkids. Rental assistance is available to manage property. So, yeah, that's, you know,
So whether
I don't think
somebody's,
there's staff there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
managed
the big-
from,
The big question is, are they just using that address or is somebody really there doing stuff
yeah,
like this?
that was my guess. It was that they were just using that address.
Yeah.
But if you're in the neighborhood, go knock on the door of 106.
I tell you, if I was anywhere near it, I would with a policeman.
Anyway, so that was my fun last week
Wow.
of getting a really detailed, I mean, we're talking 24 hours of going back and forth kind of scam that they were ever hopeful, which is also what made me think about that they were being forced to do this because somebody, who was just doing it on their own, one, you're not running one scam at a time, right? I mean, $1,000, what the penalties have got to be huge for doing something like that. So that wouldn't be worth it. But being untraceable, and I haven't given up. I'm gonna keep looking at reporting it. But right now I have a trip to pack for, and so I'm not gonna focus on that right now. But I did want to look at music with you all. Amy, we were waiting for you to get here so we could look at music. And so I've got a bunch of music players pulled up. Amy, which one do you use right now? Pandora?
Oh, yeah. And, I hear you all talk about, oh, my playlist. I don't even have a playlist or how to make one. I
Okay.
hope somebody else is in here that doesn't.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to Pandora first, since that's the one you use. And that was actually the one that folks heard playing when we first got in here this morning. So so right now it's what's playing. If I look at my collection, what's recently played, collected all. So these are just some collections that I've done. So let's start a new collection. Let's go back to browse, and there's some music picked for me. There's new music, featured playlists already. So people that have done playlists, you can share them with folks, right? Artists on the Rise, podcasts, moods and activities. So this might be something that you would do. All right, let's just pick cleaning. Music to get going with cleaning. So this is their recommendations, right? These are the things that they say. You pick a genre and we'll go ahead and give you music to clean by, something that's not going to put you to sleep, that kind of thing. Now, let me just move this little thing. I can upgrade up here, and that's played, but we want to see, I don't pay for Pandora. So let's see what we can do with Pandora without playing. So I'm gonna go back to home, and I want to, Let's see, we've got browse. Let's just do a basic search. So Amy, tell me an artist,
Crosby, Stills and Nash.
not young.
Not yet. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Actually, yeah, put Young in there.
All right, you have your choice, one or the other.
Yeah.
We'll go with Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young. We'll go super old school. All right, so this is their thing of Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and you can just listen to them, right? So let's
And,
right
and that
here.
is what I do. I go on to that and then they play their stuff and everybody
play
else like
whatever.
it. Yeah, but I
Sure.
don't have a playlist.
So right here, we've got start a station. Okay, so we've got play, we've got share, or
Okay.
we've got start a station. Let's see what else. So that here's all of the songs that they've got curated for you, and then some recommendations down below.
Why doesn't it say start a playlist?
Right. I think that is what we've got here. Let's see what this says. Start a station. And immediately we get to a commercial. Station added to your collection. Okay. This is why I only stick with one and I pay for it because I can't stand commercials. But anyway, here we go.
I
So
also have Pandora, but I've never seen an option to make a playlist on Pandora.
Okay.
Thank you.
But they have some, right? So
Hopefully.
let's just see. Shuffle stations.
Maybe they don't.
Maybe they don't.
Well, what's a station? Isn't that?
Well, so right now, and that's a good question. I'm going to pause this so we can hear each other. So now we've got my collection. So when I went back, it went to my collection, and this is music that was recently played. And then down below, collected. This is all that I've collected. Stations. What's the difference?
I see it comes up as Terry's Station or something on Pandora.
Podcasts and episodes. Use search to find episodes. Okay, so that's just for podcasts.
I get the
So-
sense that they have a collection, they have their own collections. And a station is really using their collection, and then you use the thumbs up or thumbs down to personalize it. But I
Right.
don't see any way that you can actually create a playlist
Playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of specific
Now,
songs.
that is probably going to be because this is the free version.
Right.
So,
Right.
you
Yeah.
do the thumbs up and thumbs down at all?
I do sometimes.
I don't.
Okay. So that's one of the things that is as close as you're going to get in Pandora to creating. So once I've saved this as a collection, right? So now it's in my collections, recently played, and now it's down here and collected. And as I'm listening, which is kind of annoying because it's like it's requiring a lot of work. You don't just get to have music in the background, you have to manage it,
Yeah.
But adding those thumbs up or thumbs down, if you hit thumbs down when you're playing, and Medina, I'll go with you in just 1 second, but I want to show her when we go back to CSN, and we're going to, okay, so currently no thumbs down in session history. So we're going to play again. Let's see, where's the rest of the list? Interesting.
No, my experience is you do a thumbs up or thumbs down while a tune is being played.
Yeah, it has to be while it's being played, for
Yeah.
sure. But I'm looking, we had that whole big list of what the CSN was going to be about, and
So
now it's just
what-
showing me the one that I reacted to.
what
So
is
let's
giving
go-
it a thumbs up or down going to do for the person?
It's going to
Like,
train your
what I
all right,
listen
let's
to.
go back here. So let me just pull one where I've got a couple of songs. All right, so Jack Johnson, and we're gonna play Why Georgia, which is not Jack Johnson, right? Play this song. Watch a short ad to play any song. So no, steal my guesses. Is it gonna let me play the song without an ad? Maybe not. We'll see.
I don't think so.
I already listened to one commercial. Oh, for heaven's
That's not
sakes.
enough.
Okay, fine. We'll deal with another. Anybody hungry for Reese's cups?
Yes, I'm starving for one.
It wasn't until I saw that.
Yeah, and I don't have any.
Oh. Two,
Well,
1, countdown. Okay. So now we've got Good People, and that's playing. Now we don't have thumbs up or thumbs down on this.
My Pandora doesn't look like that at all.
Well, do you do it on your computer?
No, I do it on my TV.
Okay.
Oh.
And on a TV, it's going to look different. On a
Yeah.
phone, it's going to look different. All right, let's go back. Let's find our.
My thing with Pandora is that, you know, you pick a station like Crosby,
Yeah.
Stills and Nash,
Yeah.
Right.
and you get other artists that are in the same genre.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
like
here's
that.
what I did. I went back over to here to start station. And by doing start station, I got my thumbs up and thumbs down. So, what is this song? Upside Down, I believe. Yeah. So I like this song, but it's Pandora. I don't care. I'm gonna say thumbs down. It instantly changes the song. Okay, so that's part of the training that it's going to do for you. So let's say I say, okay, I like this song, but now I'm going to go to Michael Franti, and it's not letting me do anything unless I come over here and say, play the song. But what if I start a station from this artist? And then I say, yes, I like this song. It's going to keep playing. If I look and see, hopefully it's given me some other ones. All right. What happens if I go over here? Collect. Ooh.
Oh,
Add to playlist. Huh.
It was the collect.
No, is it, look,
Oh.
add to playlist. And when I do this, let me pause this a minute so you can, so
But-
if I go over here to, let me just go back up to this song because I really like this song. So I'm hovering over this. Here's my 3 dots. Remember, 3 dots is always going to give me more stuff. I can go down here and I can say collect, which I really don't know what that means in Pandora, but I can go add to playlist. I know what that means. When I do that, it comes
Ah.
over here and it gives me new playlist. So I'm going to click new playlist. And there's my new playlist. Interestingly, it went with George Ezra and not the song I was on, but let's just play with it. My new one is going to be Love and Sunshine. That's what I'm going to call it. And so now it says, so I've got Budapest, and ooh, maybe I shouldn't have clicked on it. It's okay. Let's go back. And now that we have Love and Sunshine, okay, here it is. Add similar songs. So I'm going to click on that. Ooh, now it gives me some other stuff. All right, so I'll say add banana pancakes. And I come over here and I go add to playlist. And which one? I'm going to add it to Love and Sunshine. So now we're creating a, okay, playlist in Pandora. Here's more. Add to playlist, Love and Sunshine. And here's another one. Add to playlist. So I've already got 3 playlists. So now over here, notice it's created this little collection of playlist. This, I believe, is not my playlist. This is, because it's got 2 Jack Johnsons, 2 George Ezra's, Vance Joy, So this is not the one I created. So interesting, it's done that. I'm going to say add similar songs. Now, remember, when you see this little magic wand, that's what they're calling AI doing the work for you. That's been in existence before we had the word, oh, it's AI. I'm going to add another Michael Franti song, add to playlist, Love and Sunshine. Okay, now let's go back to the beginning. We're just going to go straight back to, and it's got Michael Franti, my collection. Does it have my, there we go. Now under collected, I've got playlists. Here's my playlist. There's my Love and Sunshine playlist. Anybody lost? It's awfully quiet there.
A little bit. I
Okay,
guess
so
we
so
just
you're
need to try
doing
it.
this on your computer. But let's now if let's say your computer will talk to your phone because you might want it on your phone so you can use it in the car. Looks like it's easier to do it on the computer and then have it transfer to your phone. I assume it automatically transfers if you're in the same family,
If they're synced.
if they're
All
synced.
right, so I'm going to go, I don't believe, I probably should have put it on here, but I don't, so. All right, let's put it on here and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to go to my Play Store. I'm going to add Pandora. Music app. Install. It's installing. And we'll see.
I used to use Pandora, and my problem with it was that I'd pick an artist and then you'd get the same songs over and over and over again instead of a wide variety.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
So I'm curious, if you just let it play and don't give it thumbs up and thumbs down, is it repeating the same
Yes, same
thing
song.
over time? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to be using the thumbs now.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you. So I downloaded the app and it said sign in and it says choose your Pandora account and it's across all of your devices. So that's the same with any web-based thing that you're signing into an account. Think of it as the cloud that, you know, when you've got your pictures saved in the cloud, you've got your pictures on your phone, your iPad, your computer. You just have to sign into the right place to get to those particular ones. So I'm going to say that it's the B-based one, and then it goes right to my account there. And it went to my collection. I'm going to tell Pandora, no, you can't send me notifications. No, you can't. And then the first thing it comes up with is it's advertising. It says, find a binge-worthy podcast. Go away. I don't care. And it comes up with my playlist right there, Love and Sunshine. I just created that in front of you, so it wasn't like it was already here. When I go Love and Sunshine, there's, and see, it threw some in there. So it threw in, because it curated, that's pretty interesting. Because it curated what it thought I'd like based on its recommendations, it did add. It added George Ezra Budapest, Vance Joy Riptide, Blame It On Me. So it added all of those songs that it thought I would like. Now, if I play, let's just pick one of the songs that I don't know. I'm going to play it. And it's not giving me, okay, now it says to me, connect it to my car. Right away, it says connect Bluetooth to car. And I'm going to say cancel because I'm not in the car, but you will. So it says, we'll need your permission to pair with certain devices, such as navigation apps and in-car entertainment systems. So to answer your question, Joyce, you'll have to say yes specifically. And it says, now it's saying pause music for phone calls. We'll need your permission to do that. Otherwise, you'll have to manually pause the audio. So I could, if I don't deal with this now, I could be listening to music on my phone, get a phone call. The music's going to play in the background. If I'm driving hands-free, that's a really bad situation. So I would probably say yes. Now, what it says to me is, do I allow it to make and manage phone calls? I have to allow that if I want it to stop. So I'll say yes. And that's done. That's all it is. Now, going back to, I'm playing Little Talks by Monsters and Men. I've never heard it. When I tap the 3 dots on the side, it gives me, and sorry for the reflection here, it says collect, share, add to playlist, start a station, add to queue. So I can specifically be listening to a playlist and add something to that queue of what's going to play next. I can also go to artist and I can go to album. So it does have, you know, some things that I can do. What I can't do, interestingly here, is I cannot thumbs up or thumbs down it. I can, let's see, it says I can edit my playlist. So there's a little tiny thing right here that says edit. I can, of course, pause it. I can share it. And let's see what this more says. Same things, add to playlist and so forth. But I cannot say I don't like it. And I can't, it doesn't look like I can take it off of this playlist, because so it with an unpaid version, it doesn't give me full autonomy on what I'm going to do. All right, so now what I did was so here's my playlist, Love and Sunshine, and then here's the song that I picked to play. When I push up with it, now it gives me the full scene of this particular song. It also shows me how far along I am in the song. I was thinking maybe this would give me my thumbs up or thumbs down. It does not. It gives me just this information about it. I can fast forward. I can shuffle. That's that little symbol there. And I can repeat this song. I want to hear that song again. With one push, I can just repeat it again. The 3 little dots next to it do the same thing. The 3 dots just keep giving me the same options, which is collect, share, start a station, and so forth. Now, there's one other thing that I haven't pushed yet. We've looked at everything else. Here's a plus sign. Let's see what that does. Song added to your collection. I thought it already was in my collection. And then it has this whole playlist, which I'm sure that I can just play along with, because with each of these, it gives me the 3 dots and I can do other things with them. The only thing that it's not allowing me to do, I can skip forward. So if and I have it, it says autoplay is on. It says keep the music playing with similar songs. I can turn autoplay off and it's just going to play this playlist. It's not going to keep on going. I have actually found autoplay to be kind of fun. Apple Music has it as well. So let's say I don't like this song. I have no recourse but to skip past it. If I skip past it, then it's going to give me the next song in the list, which is Green Green Grass. So that's all I could do was skip past, not say I don't like it. So it's somewhat of a playlist, Amy. And so you do have those options. You can play it from the car. Does that
Thank you.
help?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay. All right. All right. Does anybody, I pulled them up for the other ones as well. So I did, let's see. So that was Pandora. We solved that one. Everybody who has Apple Music understands everything they need to know about Apple Music, except for Martin's problem, right?
Yeah, I'm still on iTunes, right?
Yeah.
They want to get they want to get out of iTunes, by the way. Too many copyright infringements and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Does anybody use Nothing? Need a new one? We've got iHeart Music. They're all going to work similarly. to the one that we just looked at in Pandora. You've got your thumbs up, thumbs down. You've got your 3 dots, add to a playlist or share a song. So you can create. So let's just say, let's pick something that I know what we're doing here. Mannheim Steamroller. We'll pick that. And we look at Mannheim Steamroller. It's going to give me a bunch of songs. Let's pick Exotic Spaces. I haven't listened to this one at all. Go to Jungle and I say I want to do something like add to a playlist. And then here we go. Create new playlist. And we're going to call this Travel. Exotic Jungle. Why not? So we've got that. So add to playlist, my playlist, American Standards, Travel, 1 song, the one I just put in. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, and I'll give it a thumbs up. I have no idea. It says thumbing up personalizes stations you listen to and adds them to your favorite radio. Okay. Now Hanging Gardens of Babylon, I'm going to go in, go add to playlist. I have to scroll down and I'm going to add it to Travel. Boom, it's done. We'll add Pyramids, add to playlist just to give it something to look at. And Exotic Spaces, Wonders, Taj Mahal. Sure, why not? All right, now the question is, we've done this. We've added 4 songs. Now we go up to the top and we go to My Library. And scroll down. We've got recently played followed stations, podcasts, and playlists. Go to my playlist. Here's my travel playlist with 4 songs. I go there and there it pulls it up. It's created a playlist of the 4 songs that I just did. And now I can oh, look at this. iHeart lets you remove it from the playlist. So that's kind of neat. I can also explore some more going to the artist or album. It's already in a playlist, but I could add it to a different playlist, right? If I go, oh, well, this one really isn't travel. I want to add this to something else. I can create a new playlist. But let's say we actually play this. Play whatever, upgrade to play Jungle or continue listening to Mannheim Steamroller for free. Okay, so upgrade to play Jungle. Let's just see what happens if I do nothing. Had to deal with the ad, but I can see this happening in the... All right, so it's playing it.
We don't hear
So
it, which is
interesting. It has an ad that's trying to direct me to do something, but it went ahead and played anyway after the commercial. So I'm going to say continue listening. Okay, so I could ignore that. Did you see what happened there? I was able to ignore the push to get the paid subscription because it said start free trial, which means there's a point where it's not free anymore, right? So that would be pushing me to play to go with that or continue listening, which I didn't click either. I just waited it out, let the ad go by, and it started playing. It looks like it's playing Pyramids, actually. Yeah, it's playing Pyramids. Interesting. So it didn't play Jungle. It's like punishing me. What happens if I shuffle it? Want to play this list in order? Try all access. Start 30-day trial. I'm going to say no. And it's still not going to let me pick and choose how I want to do it. So it's not going to go to Jungle. It would be interesting to kind of play around and see, does it then go to Taj Mahal and go back up to the top, or what's it going to do next? You know, I'm not really sure what it's going to do next because I don't play with iHeart, but it is interesting to look at. So they're all going to have similar type of things. They're going to try and get you to buy the subscription. I do because I like that autonomy and I like not having any ads whatsoever. It's really nice because then if I'm going to go work out and I'm going to play my Apple Music, I can go to my playlists, I can go to my artists, I can go to my songs. What's most important for me in this is I can, for any album, any artist, let's see. Let's just look at where I'm at. This is Vangelis. So if I play this song, I don't have to play it or anything. I can just push the little dots on the side of it, and it gives me a huge menu of things to do with it. And this is in Apple Music. In this huge list of options, I can add it to my library. I can add it to a playlist. I can share the song with you all. I can share the lyrics, share the station, view the credits. Most importantly, I can download it. So that means that when I am offline, nowhere near anything that resembles a cell phone signal, I can listen to it because it's actually on my phone.
And that's Apple.
That's Apple. But you can do that with all of them once you have the paid subscription, which is why, Martin, I gave up on the iTunes and I went with the paid subscription. Because to me, the amount, if you look at back in the day when I started doing it, and I was buying CDs and, at that time, a CD was like $12. I don't think they're $12 anymore. Anybody have any clue how much a CD costs?
I think you can
You
find
can find them.
Yeah, but not the one you want. You know what I mean? I mean, you can pick from the discount bin at Family Dollar, I'm sure, but you're looking for Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore.
Well, they do make them. No, they do.
Really?
There's record stores. They don't call them CD stores. They're record stores. Absolutely, they make them.
Wow, what do you
It's
know?
not all digital, and a lot of people, there's like this whole push to be vinyl. There's like vinyl's a thing, some people collect classic cars, some people collect vinyl, and it's a whole genre of interest for folks. It's about the album covers, it's about the album liners. What did the band give you? Did they give you the lyrics? Did they give you a poster inside? It's a huge thing. Some and they're reissuing them. They're making vinyl still, and they make them in colors now. I mean, they made them in colors back then, but for the most part, most of ours were black, right? Just this big black huge LP disc. And it's a huge thing. So yeah, you can find CDs. You can go to Walmart and they have CD collections in Walmart. But I'm guessing that they're not $12 anymore. I'm going to guess that they're in the upper range, if not solid 20 and above. So if I'm paying $11 a month for my music service, I have every song in the world, pretty much. All of them for $11. Not one CD a month.
Right.
All the music in the world.
Right.
For less than the cost of a CD now. So to me, it's like, this is a really good deal. I can listen to anything I want at any time. And I have the only challenges that I have found in music that I can't find are very, very specific music. So I've been looking for a very specific genre for an event that's coming up within the realm of belly dance music. Most of that is independently created. And so they might do a vinyl. I mean, they might do a CD of it, but they're not going to sell it to one of the big record companies because the big record companies don't want it. Joyce.
So this is my interest. First of all, I'm literally at the point I have to decide, do I want to go YouTube or do I want to go Apple to pay the money? And I'm interested also, like you. I mean, I'd love to have David Fader on my playlist. Sure. I'm interested in some, esoteric religious music that you're probably not going to find on Apple, but you may very well find on YouTube. That would be
Interesting.
my question. Can you get these really esoteric things on one rather than the other?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can I jump in here?
Yeah.
I do have Apple Music, and just like I was just gonna say what you said, Betsy. I mean, I'm a big, huge music fan, and I was buying so many CDs, and I now have over 1,000 songs on my playlists, which I've broken up into different categories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's definitely worth $11 a month. And to you, Joyce, I've been able to find some Hebrew music on Apple
Yeah.
Music. So I've got a Hebrew music playlist. Yep.
So
yep.
when I go to an event and I listen to someone playing music, I will buy their CD because it supports the artist directly.
Yeah.
These probably cost them 30 cents to actually buy what they're putting the music on. You know, the rest of the everything's about it, you know, the packaging and all of the printing and all of that costs a little bit more, but still all in all, I'm supporting the artist directly. Some don't do it this way, but a lot do. I'm quite surprised at how many still do this when you go see someone in person.
And what do you do with the CD?
I have a CD player.
Yeah.
And there's only one place that I listen to it, and that's here in my office because that's where my CD player is. I have taken it places. This CD player is so old that it doesn't work with batteries anymore. I have to plug it in. So, but my husband has a CD player in his car. Interestingly, remember we all used to have them. Jackie still has one. You know, some cars are still have that, and his is a new car. It's 2021. So,
Really, really, I bought a 2021, and I was horrified when I brought it home to see there was no CD player. So I was able
forgot to
buy
ask. They fixed that for you.
I forgot to ask. I
Yeah.
forgot to ask.
Yeah.
But I bought one of those portable ones that you plug into a USB.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and the other thing, Joyce, you know, somebody like Dave, let's see, who was it? One of the concerts, oh, what's his name? The guy, anybody who's gone to the Key Largo Library concerts, who's the guy who played the dulcimer and occasionally the ukulele? Really fun.
Yeah. Jeff,
Fun,
what was
fun.
that guy's name? That guy at the ukulele, the library, Key
funny
Largo
name.
Library.
Yeah.
It
Key
is a
Largo
funny
Library
name.
we saw.
Yeah.
Played the dulcimer.
Yeah.
Mute.
Yeah.
We can't think of his name, but he was amazing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that guy,
I have to unmute.
you go to their website and you can get their music. So many artists have chosen that route. They might not go the whole, I'm going to make a CD and sell it there and tote them around every place I go. I'm going to direct you to my website. You're going to go to my website and you can buy the digital version there.
And
So
download it,
then
and then you own it.
Then you own it. Yeah, just like you would with a CD. And you're going to play it through your music player on your digital device, whatever music player. Oh, look, Gloria's here. Class is almost over. In fact, class is over, but Gloria's here. Hey, Gloria.
Hi, Gloria.
Where's she at?
No, it's probably over here.
She doesn't have her camera on. She's still waking up.
Let's see, have a
yeah,
nice
class.
trip. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Okay. Yeah.
Wave your
All
hand.
right.
That's
Hey,
never- I don't see
I'll
anybody
see you when you
here.
get back.
no, I got a question.
Yep.
All right. We've never done this, so iTunes and Apple, that'll work on either Samsung type phones and
yeah.
or do I have to have an Apple to
Oh,
put in
no.
Apple?
No. I have a, you know, I've got a Google Pixel and I have Apple Music right here. You can
Okay.
have almost any app on any device. There are very few. Sometimes I have found there'll be a brand new app that just got created by a brand new company, and they make it for Apple first, because if they get approved by Apple, then everybody else approves them. So they go through the hard process of Apple first. And So Android users sometimes can't get that right away, but Apple, yes, absolutely.
So you can.
And when you add a playlist, is it possible just to add the entire album, or do I have to go and do each song?
Nope, absolutely. You add the album right there. So if I'm looking at, I still don't see anybody with yoga, so we're going to keep talking until if you need to go. But so let's say, so what I'm going to do here, and this is the easiest way, but you need Wi-Fi or you can pay for the use of tower data. Yes.
It's on.
Yes, you do. It's better to do it in Wi-Fi anyway, because you're going to get continuous. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my search. And it's really hard to see that right here. I'm going to go to my search and let's put in, let's see. I'm going to put in Hebrew. You said esoteric Hebrew. So I come up with an album called Jewish and Hebrew Music. And so right here, now that I've just pulled this up, obviously this isn't on my phone yet. It's just on Apple Music. And so there
There's Yiddish on it.
Huh?
It's
What?
Yiddish.
It's Yiddish.
Yiddish too.
So that'll be fun. And this is by Sam Sklar and Dan Selznick. I don't know if you know them, if they're one of your favorites. Up at the top here, I got a little plus sign. I'll hit that in a minute, but I'm always curious about the 3 dots. So my 3 dots, I can add to the library. That's what the plus
Right.
sign means.
Let's close
Okay.
it.
There's all the things I can do. So if I go ahead and add it to my library, it has added this album to my library. 1 hit, 1 plus sign, the whole thing was added. Or I can also do the 3 dots along the side here, and it gives me those same choices. I can, right now, I can download it, meaning it's in my library. It's in my digital library, in the cloud, in the Apple Cloud. It's not on my phone, but I can choose to put it on my phone by going to download. That means it's putting it on my phone and I can listen to it when there's no signal. I can also delete it from my library if I don't care to listen to it and I don't want to take up space with it. And then I can do all of the other things that I could do with everything else.
And
Maria,
excuse
is there
me,
anybody there for yoga?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I
excuse
couldn't
me,
see anybody.
Oh, I'm
just
sorry.
for
yeah,
a second. Joyce, there's almost all of Dave Fader's music on Apple.
Okay.
Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Great
you.
seeing
Thank you.
everybody.
Still didn't talk
All right.
about Linktree, but I'm gonna send you a link to it.
Thank
Just
you.
go to it. It's
All right.
Thank you.
nice.
Ha-
to
Have
see
a
you.
safe
Check
trip.
it out.
All
Have a
right.
fun
Let's
trip.
see.
I will
Fun
see
trip.
you in let's see, this will be September 18th.
Have a
Woo.
fun trip. Have a fun
Thanks.
time.
All
Come
right.
and
Oh.
support Joy by going to Steve's class, okay? You'll
Wait a
learn a
minute.
lot.
So there's no class next Wednesday, or
There
there's
is
a
class
There's-
continuously. We're always having
Okay.
class. Yep, you missed the
Okay.
beginning.
I did.
So class is going to be with Steve Soto, who's much smarter than me. So you'll like it.
Cool. Virtuality.
It's good to
Thank
see
you.
you all.
Have a great
Good to
trip.
see you.
Enjoy.
We'll miss you.
Enjoy.
Have fun.
See you, Grand Portage.